Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends. In this video we're going to do something completely different. A couple of months ago I bought a couple of old TL-01 chassis. Whether you call them vintage or not is debatable, but they're 20 years old. This particular one I got with a genuine vintage Tamiya shell, which is the Lexus IS200, which in itself is just a bog standard boxed out silver saloon car. So I was kind of debating what to do with it. So my idea I've got, and I've got all the bits in to do it now, is to try create a DTM style car, the German race car series. So they're really low to the ground, really sporty looking, and it's basically a race car as opposed to a standard saloon car. So this video is going to go one of two ways. I'm either going to destroy a vintage Tamiya shell, which I hope I don't, or I'm going to create something really cool at the end of it. So it's quite exciting. I used to be really bang into the 1/10 touring car scene, so touring car bodies I'm quite used to, and I feel I'm quite good at making them look good. But as I say, when you're working on something that you know you can't really buy again, it's a bit of a gamble. So anyway, fingers crossed. So let's have a look at the what the chassis in the car should look like. This is all the stuff we're going to be using. Obviously we've got the Tamiya shell, the TL-01 chassis. I'm going to go with manual speed controller again because I just like the vintage feel of it. The early TL-01s came out as standard with the manual speed controller, and then they changed to electronic, so all the fixings are still there for it. I've got an old Lexus GS400 manual, which I'll copy to do any bits. I'm using actually vintage servos for steering and the speedo, but I'm having to use modern 2.4 gig 4-channel receiver and the Spectrum transmitter because my other radio gear's in the top force. It comes as standard with the standard Tamiya decals to make it into a saloon car, which are great because once you've sprayed it and you know you just put these decals on alone, they look fantastic. But I also had a set of custom decals made from MCI, which absolutely look stunning. I got them made in the colours I want because the car's gonna be white or mainly white. So those are the racing decals that are gonna go on it. Now I've also got a bit of a crappy polycarbonate spoiler, which obviously needs cutting out, which is going to go on the back. Now I've ordered a proper plastic one from Hong Kong, but it's still not here yet. So I'm sort of crossing my fingers that that's going to be here in time for when I need it. So that's my idea. Let's just quickly go talk about the body shell now. Right, so before we start on the chassis, I just wanted to go through what I mean about how I can mess this up. So if I just cut this out to the standard lines, it's going to have a load of ground clearance from the bottom of the body shell to the floor. It's going to be sat quite high up on the chassis, and to be honest, it's just going to look like a standard saloon car. It's not going to look that sporty. So what I need to do is I need to cut it out very slowly in bits instead of just going round and cutting everything you do as normal. So I'm going to have to start with the wheel arches, but on bits like that, I hope this is coming out on camera, obviously I've actually cut line down here and around, but I want to use this front bit as a bit of a front spoiler. If I can, I need to extend the side skirts, so instead of cutting them on this line here, I'm going to drop them down to actually this plastic here. So I'm going to gain about an extra 5-6 mil, which is going to be really important. Same with the back end. Don't know if it's coming out. That's your cut line there for your bumper, but instead when I come down off the wheel arch, I'm going to cut it out to this line here. So it's going to look pretty, you know, it's going to look like it's got a big body kit on it. So it is a gamble, and it's going to be a very slow process to get it set up properly. But I just thought I wanted to show you that first so you can understand how it's a little bit more involved than a standard body. So I think the next thing to do is I need to get the chassis up and running, because that should be quite a quick job before we'll do the body, the last job. Right, that's the radio gearing. We had to swap over to some vintage stuff because I couldn't get the modern radio gear working. I couldn't get it to bind, which is really odd, because obviously using a manual speed control it uses a Beck system. Now I have had this working in the Grasshopper, but I could not figure it out, and I've tried every different connection going. Couldn't get it to work. Even it seemed to pair, but it just wouldn't power the servos. So I've had to take some radio gear out of the top force, but we've got it working now. So that's a little bit of time taken up messing around, but never mind, it's all in now. So I'll tidy the wiring up and then we'll go from there. Right, that's the car just about finished. I've tidied the wiring up and it's great, this car, because it's got loads of space underneath, so you can just stick the wires anywhere. I've just bodged them up and stuck them with some tape just out of the way, put the wheels back on. I'll just show you it running. So nice, loads of power now. So what I'm going to do, just like I did with top force, I'm just going to give it a little blast outside to make sure that the chassis bit's finished, and then we'll crack on with the body. Right, so we're on with the body shell now. The first thing I have to do, or what I've done, is I've put what I think's the right spacing on the body clips underneath, front and back, and then I've put a little bit of foam over each body post just to stop the shell, because it had a little bit of play in it. I think it's hard to say, because obviously the wheel arches are not cut out, whether it's sitting where I want it. It looks okay for now, so what I'll do now is I'm just going to cut all 4 wheel arches out and leave everything else, and then we'll just have to play it by ear bit by bit and see how it goes. that's stage 1, I guess, complete of the body shell. So it's obviously sprayed and the standard decals are on. Looks pretty good. Obviously I've not cut the body post yet, and I've not cut any more of the body out yet, because I wanted to see what it looked like. But yeah, I don't think it looks bad, and I've definitely got the lowered effect I wanted, and especially at the front end with that extra lip that's on. That looks much better, looks very sporty. Side sills, yeah, they're okay, but I need to just trim the edges because they're too sharp. But I don't think the back end's, I think the back end's too much. I think I need to cut it where it's supposed to be cut, which is up this line and round. But I don't want to do that just yet, because I've been at this all day and I don't want to make that decision just yet. But I just think that back end doesn't look quite right. But it's going to have a big spoiler on it as well, so maybe. So that's how she looks at the moment, and it ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. So let's bat on with the next bit. Right guys, that's the shell finished apart from the racing decals, and I have to say at this moment in time I think it's a bit of a fail. It looks okay, but it's, I don't know. The front end looks great, I like that. Side skirts look a little bit too big. I've trimmed the back bumper now, so that looks better. I've added this custom wing. I made this little mount out of some plastic I had. I think once the wing's got decals on, it'll look better. But as I say about the car, I'm not sure. It looks okay, but we'll see. So I'll add the custom decals and fingers crossed it'll bring it back to life. Right, that's her finished. It needs a little bit of trimming here and there, just to tidy the wheel arches up a little bit. But yeah, I take it back now. I thought it was a fail, but I think it's okay. I think it looks pretty cool actually. That front end's turned out really well with it being lower. The detail on the tyres as well, the stickers on the tyres, they look really good. Then the wing, I mean, it wasn't the wing I wanted to use. I wanted to use a proper touring car one, but I think it still looks good. It's certainly got the look that I wanted. So yeah, and it is nice and low. It sits just right, and it'll run at that as well. There's no scraping. So I think the next thing to do is we'll get it out on some seriously flat tarmac, and see if we can get a few shots of her in action. Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends. I'm going to do a quick running video of this. Weather's not great, it's really wet, and obviously it's got slick tyres on. So just to recap, we're running Aircom's Techni Plus, standard new 540 motor in there, and there's manual speed controller, and that's about it. The car's come out absolutely stunning. I'm so chuffed with it, it's awesome. So we're not going to get a great deal of traction, but the idea was just to give it a little blast and see how it goes. So let's have a look.
Right, let's see how she goes. Tell you what, it looks absolutely awesome.